Alright, here we go. We got Little Beast Maiden West IPA. Let's see if they got any info on here. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest, where the trees are hops and the water is IPA. I like that. That's pretty cool. A love letter to all that is green. This beer is full of Citra, Simcoe, and Centennial hops, delivering big notes of citrus, tropical fruit, and pine. 6.1% right there. Very nice. And that's from Little Beast Brewing in Portland. Let's crack it open and see what this shit tastes like. Alright. First and foremost, the pine. Probably, I'm guessing, the Centennial is what I'm guessing. And then I feel like the citrus and tropical fruit kind of come next. You know what I mean? Big pine up front. I'm unsure if this is a hazy. It doesn't say anywhere on there. I'm guessing it's not. I'm guessing this is a West Coast IPA. Anyhow, moving on, we are using Peach and Cognac from A&E. That one is in Kaizen. And we got their ingredients right there. A shit ton of good stuff. Let's take a look. You can see I've scraped it a few times. Got a few uses on this. The smell, it smells great. Like, it smells like sweet peach as well as like a natural peach at the same time. And then there's like some citrus and florals in there as well. Yeah, it is a good scent. It's a real good scent, one that the Fresh Boys can celebrate over. I chose this because the Pink Boiz week is going on. Or not Pink Boiz week. I guess the Pink Boy Raffle, that's kind of spearheaded by three gentlemen in the community. Being Ken from Shave 326, Marion from Marion The Barbarian, and Jeremy from TheTraveling Shaver. They are hosting or putting on a charity raffle for breast cancer awareness, and they named it the Pink Boiz or something like that. Pink Boy. Anyhow, basically all you got to do is donate, take a screenshot of your donation, send it to them just as kind of like confirmation, and then they'll enter you into a raffle. And I think it's like $5 a spot. And so, easy enough to enter, and it's for a good cause, for breast cancer awareness. There's multiple prizes. Of course, you guys are going to have to check this out. I'm going to have to send you on a wild goose chase because you know how fucking horrible I am with actually linking things. But, trust me, it's worth it. And most likely, if you're watching my channel, you're watching their channels too. But, so yeah, any one of those guys, I will have them tagged or mentioned in my comments below. You go to one of their channels, they'll have the actual link for the Pink Boy raffle. And it should be easy enough to donate, and it should be easy enough just to take part in this Pink Boiz thing. So, Ginger's Garden actually made a Pink Boiz soap for them based off of kind of like old school bazooka bubblegum. And so it has kind of like that sweet bubblegum scent to it, which is cool. It's cool. Ginger's Garden is definitely good soap. Been around for a long time and still kicking. So that's got to stand for something. And every one of those guys donated some stuff or put in work to make this a possibility. So that's pretty awesome. Multiple prizes, like I said. I think there's soaps, brushes, all kinds of shit. So definitely take the time if you, you know, are so inclined to go on this wild goose chase through my video description to their video description, and then finally to make a donation for breast cancer awareness, and obviously towards finding a cure, you know what I mean? Damn. This is a nice looking leather. The scent is banging. Last time I used this, I did get some irritation. Peach and Cognac is the one and only soap that I can ever remember getting like an allergic reaction type tingling to. So I look forward to that. It wasn't severe, but it was something that I was like, okay, what the fuck's going on? I've never experienced this before. And I've had some strongly scented shit, but I think there's just something in this scent profile in particular that got me. And that's fine. I mean, like I said, can't win them all. And if one out of, you know, a ton is all that's gonna actually cause me some problems, that's no big deal. I'll live. And I'll still use it, most likely. If that burn's not something fierce, most likely I'm gonna keep going. So that darn raw brush that was gifted to me by J.R. Reyes of Reyes Restores on Instagram. That thing just whipped up one hell of a lather with that tuxedo synthetic. This Kamisori I got via Etsy and PDR Crafting, to be specific. This is a Yamamasa Kamisori, and he put his own edge on it, which I've never used a PDR edge, so there's that. You can kind of see where it hit the stone and where it didn't. It's a vintage blade, man. You know, it is what it is. I love the red wrap on this. Let's give this shit a go. I'm unsure if vintage Kamis were supposed to be heavy or lightweight, but this feels, for being, you know, like, as simplistic as it is, it has some heft to it. Okay. So far, so good. Let's bring it down to the neck and see. Let's see here. Okay. It doesn't feel like buttery smooth to me. This may be the first time that an edge wasn't like kind of immediately, you know, calling my name or I'm not going to say necessarily impressing me, but this may be the first time that it's kind of a little bit lackluster. But it is cutting. You can see there. It definitely is cutting. But it's not necessarily like feeling super smooth. Now, I have had a couple shaves with the Kami before. Not this one specifically, but the one that I got lent to me by the Captain Lather Me Whiskers. And the edge on that one, just fine. Just fine. It really made me kind of like want to go down the Kamisori rabbit hole. It's really something else to shave it one-sided. Very interesting. I did look on this. Maybe I'll wipe it off and let you guys see. You can see that there is an edge on both sides, definitely. It is asymmetrical, so the cutting edge or the cutting angle will be a little bit different. So you kind of see there where the little shine is. There's an edge there. And you can see on the other side, there's also an edge on the other side. But obviously the cutting angle is going to be different. Now I do believe that they used to use it kind of one-handed, shaving with only one side. And so I would like to emulate that, even though I can shave on both sides. Ooh. Didn't like that. I don't know. Doesn't look like I got myself, but I definitely didn't like how it stopped moving. Definitely didn't like that. Alright. So far, so good. It's definitely awkward and something that I'm going to need practice with. You can tell that I have to, I'm thinking my movements through. It's not exactly natural. I have an idea of what the shaving angle should be, so that's fine. But you can tell, when I'm taking my strokes or when I'm thinking about my next stroke that it's not as natural as when I'm using my straight razors. And that's fine. I'm gonna need, if I'm gonna try to shave with it, traditionally, only using one side of the edge or the blade, and not both sides, and only using one hand instead of both hands, I'm gonna need to figure it out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need to work through the different kind of, hand positions that I'm gonna need to be putting in, grips and whatnot, angles of attack and this sort of thing. And that's fine. I look forward to that challenge. I gotta say, like I said, the first pass there was not exactly the smoothest, and probably the first time I've ever felt like, this is a little bit subpar compared to everything else that I've came across. I actually felt what I'm guessing is some tugging. I've never felt tugging with a straight razor before. And I'm guessing that what I experienced was a little bit of tugging. A little bit of the blade not being refined enough, keen enough, to cut easily and smoothly. So that is something that might need to be addressed sooner rather than later. Let's see how this against the grain feels. And I'm just kind of trying to see over here to see if I cut myself. Doesn't look like I did, thankfully. Okay. Against the grain. Let's try this. Make sure you guys can see me and I can see the camera. Kind of holding it like a paintbrush almost. Not bad. All right. So it's cutting, it's getting the job done, but I'm definitely almost feeling like there's extra effort needed. Not in the way of pressure, because I'm attempting to keep a light touch, but in the way of like forward motion. Like I'm attempting to put more like forward motion into it without adding like a ton of extra pressure, because I'm not trying to cut myself. I'm not really trying to leave myself irritated, but I got to do something to get this thing to cut properly. This is exactly how you like fuck up your lines. Go a little bit deeper there. It definitely doesn't look as clean as when I use my straights. Or when I use like DEs, obviously. Yeah, I better stop before it starts getting grisly. I start digging into that beard. Okay, so how am I gonna go against the grain down here while maintaining the same hand? A very interesting proposition. It definitely like I'm like having to look like way over there. I'm overextended. I'm thinking there's gotta be a better way to maintain that same angle and that same side of the face. I'm wondering if they just gave up, you know, like an against the grain on this side, or they gave up, or they settled for like an across the grain in certain places instead of an against the grain because of the, you know, the orientation of the blade. It's just one of those things that I'm gonna have to work through, because I don't I can't get it, you know, and what I'm trying to do is wing it and be successful, and this might require a little bit of research, you know what I mean? But I think we still got at least a damn fine shave. Let's feel around and see. I don't know, honestly, how close this was gonna be, but I still am very much a novice with the Kamisori razors. And surely, if I were to use both hands, use both sides of the blade, I could get as close to shaves as I get with my, you know, regular straight razors. Because I wouldn't be restricting myself to traditional ways. But since I am restricting myself to those traditional ways, there's definitely a lot more learning that I need to do, you know what I mean? But that's fine. The line still looks alright. Still got, damn, all kinds of bubbles coming up. I definitely got like a DFS. I knocked it down. You saw the hair on the blade, or you saw the hair in the lather, but it's not BBS, guys. It's not. This is probably a serviceable shave. Probably not even a DFS. This is just like a serviceable shave. I knocked it down. This would do in a pinch, you know what I mean? But it's gonna take time, and I'm willing to put in that time to get better with the Kamisori. And surely at any point I can just stop doing it entirely the traditional way. And, you know, maybe I will from time to time just to kind of see both sides. But I do think it's kind of cool to use it the way that it was used, you know, a long time ago. We're going to use the matching peach and cognac splash. Now, I didn't get any irritation whatsoever with the soap. And I don't think I did the last few times that I used it either. Where the irritation comes is from the splash. I'm going to try to avoid the lips because I think that's where it really started going off last time. I think I scrolled over the lips and mustache and it kind of, you know, really started taking off. So I'm going to try to be weary of that. But other than that, get the residual on the forearms. We'll do a quick recap, hopefully. So, I used peach and cognac, not only because it smells great, performs great, but because the pink label, and I wanted to use probably the only pink thing in my entire shave den to help show my support and help promote the Pink Boy movement that again is being put on by Ken, Marion, and Jeremy. Shave 326, Marion the Barbarian, TheTraveling Shaver will be in the description, like I said. And please give that shit, take the time to go fucking down that rabbit hole from my channel to their channel to the breast cancer link and donate, please. And get yourself some of those prizes, hopefully. This was the Yamamasa Kamisori shave. Not the smoothest edge that I've ever had by any stretch, but it didn't leave me with any irritation, at least not yet. Didn't give me no cuts, and it was cutting hair, so, you know, we'll live with that, you know. Not the best I've ever had, but, you know, it didn't leave me all fucked up either, so that's fine. Use the Lancaster bowl. that darn raw brush that was gifted to me very generously by J.R. Reyes of Reyes Restores. Like I said, any restoration work, knotting services, whatever, check out Reyes Restores on Instagram. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. He is the fucking master on that shit. Okay, we'll finish where we started with the Little Beast beer. This was not so much of a beastly shave, but I gave it my best, and we'll continue getting better. So thank you guys for the support. Thank you for watching me. Please check out the Pink Boy charity thing hosted by those gentlemen, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.